But I want to say no, but I say yes anyway. How many times have you been in a situation where you know your answer is no, but you don't say no because you don't want to lose your credibility? And this is one of those challenges as a leader, as a business owner, that we sometimes need to deal with and figure out, how do we handle that? How do we maintain our credibility? Welcome to the Quiet Impact Podcast. I am your host, Stephanie Oden, and this is where we inspire, equip, ignite, educate, and empower introverted business owners just like you who are making waves quietly and with impact. And what I want to share with you today are at least four powerful tips on how you can say no and still maintain your credibility. There's actually nine of them, but I'm sharing four with you today, and then I'll tell you where you can get the rest of them. So let's jump in, shall we? We shall. Welcome to the Quiet Impact Podcast, where we nurture the journey of introverts who desire to achieve greater levels of influence, income, and impact. The go-to podcast for introvert achievers just like you, seeking purpose-driven growth. I am your host, Stephanie Oden. Have you ever desired to have a mentor whisper success secrets into your ear? One with firsthand experience as a six-figure corporate leader, expertise in entrepreneurship, and is an introvert? Tune into each episode where we will provide valuable insights into how introverts can effectively navigate life with full-time jobs, pursue career success, and delve into entrepreneurship. We will explore various business and career topics related to self-discovery, achieving success, and finding joy in the journey. My guest and I share real-life experiences, strategies, tools, and resources that will encourage personal and professional growth, self-empowerment, and living an authentic purpose. How do you say no without losing credibility? This has to do with boundaries. It has to do with leadership. It has to do with elevation. It has to do with trust. It has to do with you being established as the business owner and leader that you are. It has to do with all of those. So how do you do that? On this episode, I'm going to give you four of the powerful ways that you can actually say no without losing your credibility. After coaching many high performers, and I've noticed a common mistake, and I've been guilty of it myself. And it's high performing introverts, because we are very driven to make our voice heard, and sometimes making our voice heard, we say yes when we should be saying no, but we don't necessarily know the right ways that we can say no that will allow us to maintain that same esteem. We're not shy, we're not timid, we're not needing to be fixed. We are an introvert, and that is our superpower. I wanted to give you in this episode some ways that you can say no, some ways to help you establish some boundaries, and ways that don't create tension, and they also help build trust. It's still being direct. It's not fluffy wuffy was a bear. It's not that. It's not Skittles and rainbows. It's not rolling over and having this demeanor of I can be walked over. It's still being direct, because that is essential. And it's being strategic in a way that helps to establish and protect your credibility. And also, when it comes to boundaries, it helps you protect that as well. Here's some ways to protect your time without sounding difficult, without sounding disengaged, without sounding disingenuous, without being disempowering to people or talking down to people. I'm going to share with you four. And I dropped the rest of them, the whole list of nine. I dropped in my community, the Introvert Achievers Network. You can find out more about that when you go to my link at stephanieoden.com, and you can figure out how you can get the other nine, because these are powerful. Matter of fact, one of the members already said that it's like, hey, these are two. She gave two that she could apply like right now. Like, I want to give you tools and skills that you can apply right now. So let's jump in. Instead of saying I don't have time, what you can say is I'm at capacity right now. What should I reprioritize? Now, if I had a leader come to me or one of my team members come to me and say that, I would definitely still feel respected as their leader. And I would feel like they really understand, they have a good self-awareness of this is what I have going on. How should I prioritize it? And they're looking to me to help give them some direction in terms of mentoring and coaching. Now, my goal with that is also to help them to be able to make a decision next time on what would be the best way to prioritize. And it helps me to learn their skills. So if I have someone come to me and say that, I would think this is great. And you can use that and say, you know what? What should I prioritize? And also, tone is important. You don't go in with an attitude. I'm at my limit right now. What do you want me to work on? Everything is in delivery. You can be so right and wrong at the same time, depending on how you deliver that. And instead of saying, here's number two, here's the second one. Instead of saying, that's not my job. And how many of us have been in a situation where we've been asked and tasked to do things that aren't our job? Maybe we have an unclear structure because we've not worked through that, or if it's not been given to us. We've been told that we're not supposed to do certain things, and so things come our way, and we want to say, that's not my job. A better way to say that is, I'm happy to help, but I need to clarify responsibilities. I'm happy to help, but I need to clarify responsibilities. That allows you to really understand what is going to be expected of you to figure out, okay, how does this play in with the other things that I have on my plate? The third one that I will share with you is, instead of saying, I don't agree, that can be extremely confrontational. And sometimes my head voice would say, I do not agree with that. And if that comes out in that way, it's gonna cause some animosity and conflict. So what you can say is, can I offer a different point of view? It's all in managing that energy in the room. And when you say, can I offer a different point of view? How can I argue with that? Now, if you've already gotten it and and the environment has reached this heated level of conversation, it might take a little bit more to diffuse it. And you may still need to be in that calm place of saying, you know what? Can I offer a different point of view? All they can say is no. But you don't lose your power and your calm as you're delivering that. And then here's the fourth one that I will share with you. And again, you get the whole list over in the community is, instead of saying, I don't think this is possible, because a lot of times we've thought through the scenarios and we've really had this conversation, we've done some great thinking, and we really don't think it's possible. But sometimes the person that you're talking to doesn't want to hear that it's not possible. You can offer up, here's what I can do with the limits that I have. That's the fourth one. And I'll give you a bonus one. This one is, instead of no, that's not right, we can say that with a whole attitude. No, that is not right. That is not right. That's not right. We can say that with all kinds of attitude and get all kinds of zero results, zero responses, zero of what we really want. When we could say, mind if we take a second look at this together? Again, I'm building the team, I'm building the communication, I'm empowering that conversation. Will these work in every situation? Most of them, they will. There's other things that you want to make sure that you are nurturing in terms of building your strong team and your culture and your collaboration. And it's also consistency. And when you give one of these responses, you want to make sure that you actually deliver. When it says, I want to give another option, you want to have another option to be able to share with them. Saying no isn't the issue. And the way we say it shapes how people rely on us and how they trust us, and it allows us to communicate with clarity and purpose. My question for you, based on the 4 plus the bonus one I gave you, is which one of these are you going to use? You can apply this right now. And if you want more of this, the community, the Introvert Achievers Network, check that out. And like I shared, I gave you a 4 plus a bonus. The other 4 to equal out the 9 powerful phrases, share them over in the community. All right, we'll talk to you soon. Take care. That's it for this episode of the Quiet Impact Podcast. Thank you for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. Let me know any insights that you had from this episode. I would love to hear your takeaways. Remember to head to my website, grab a copy of the Success Pillars for Quiet Achievers. It's a resource I created for you. And join us next week. Thank you for watching, listening, and subscribing. See you next time.